The other day I was asked what advice I would give to any youngster that just graduated from high school or college or whatever. I thought about it, and I pretty much gave them the same advice I've given my kids now that they've graduated from school. Stop thinking and saying you have all the time in the world to get accomplished the things you want to get accomplished, because it's not true. I know from personal experience that you can squander a lot of time with that thought and let a lot of opportunities go to the wayside, opportunities that might be time sensitive, simply because you believe that you have all the time in the world. Last thing you want to do is go to bed 19 years old and wake up 47 and have to ask yourself, are you where you thought you'd be when you were still 19? And you know, I know it's hard to reflect on that when you're young because you got so much going on, running around, doing so much, and everything seems like there's time to do all of that. Let me just have a little fun now. There's nothing wrong with having fun, especially when you're young, but just some advice from an old man, it's far better for you to have fun later and grind real hard and educate yourself in the things you're trying to do and work at it when you're young, so that by the time you're in your middle age, you can reap the benefits of that. You'll be in a far better position. And another thing I would add to that is, man, think big. You know, you're gonna have a lot of people as you grow up that's going to try to crush your dreams by saying they're unrealistic or you just can't do that. It's gonna be no shortage of people telling you what you can't do. I would just simply say, think big, because even if you don't get that eventual pot of gold, so to speak, that you thought was waiting for you, you'll be so much better off having thought big in your results than you would have if you listen to people that tell you you can't do that. Because believe me, I had plenty of people telling me what I could and could not do. And a lot of those same people that are telling me that back then are looking at some of the things I've been able to accomplish in the last 7 years and are scratching their heads like, how do you do that? Right, because I thought big and I still think big. Still have goals and things that I'm working on that might seem to the average person to be nearly impossible to get done, considering my resources and the amount of help I actually have. But that's not going to stop me from pursuing it nonetheless, because whatever I do manage to accomplish as a result of thinking like that will still be progress towards that goal. The one thing you do need to be realistic about, though, is where you are in your current situation. Say you're lost and you're trying to get to a specific location, and the first thing you do when you look at that map is you figure out where you are currently, and from there you plot a course to whatever it is, wherever it is you're trying to go. I have noticed that a lot of people that I've come into contact with that do have these lofty goals, which is fine, they have an unrealistic idea of where they are currently, and that's probably the big reason why they really don't accomplish it. You know, of course, other than a lot of the lack of drive I see from people, lack of commitment to a goal or cause, but that's probably at least number two. They're unrealistic about what their current situation is, and therefore they can't plot a course to get to where they want to go at. And lastly, just be aware that life is always going to throw you a shit ton of obstacles. And those obstacles don't define you. They only define your journey. What defines you is how you deal with those obstacles. Are you going to whine and give up? Or are you going to say, okay, that's a hill. It's a bit steep, but if I tighten my boots up and start walking down, I should be able to get over that. Think about it.